Hello, beautiful. It's Ananda Christ of Pleiadian Portal. Welcome, welcome on this chilly day here in Minnesota. First, I want to give acknowledgement and grace and gratitude to my dear soul sister, Akasha Annemarie. Her YouTube channel is Galactic Human. We got together a couple days ago and did a session, and it never ceases to amaze me what transpires with this beautiful divine soul. She's very pure, very high energy, and big things always happen after we connect. So please, if you can, take a moment, check out her YouTube channel, and you'll be pleasantly surprised. But what I am here to talk to you about today is something that we all deal with, and that is vulnerability. I have been going through something the last 2 nights that is very personal, very intense, and I am being gently nudged, if you want to call it that, to speak openly about it because of when you are vulnerable, when you step forward, vulnerability is the center of creation. That just really struck me really to the core. I heard a TED talk by Breen Brown on that subject, and she was saying that, and as I thought about it, I realized how true that really is, because when you allow yourself to be vulnerable, to be open, it allows you to create. So here we go, me being in my vulnerability and telling you a very personal journey of some integration I've gone through the last 2 nights. Generally, I just kind of don't make this public for whatever, I just feel like it's personal. But since I'm being nudged to do this, I am doing this graciously and happily. And so what I'm gonna do is I go ahead and read it from my journal because I actually have forgotten most of it due to the intensity of what's been going on. So if you please excuse me, I'm going to read it from my journal, and we'll just go from there, okay? So this is the first night was October 4th at 3:22 a.m. It's amazing when you're awakened, and for me, I always look at the clock because you never know, it might be an angel number trying to communicate with me. But what transpired is I woke with an energy surge of actually pain between my shoulder blades. I could only take shallow breaths. It permeated to the core of my chest, and I remember asking, what is going on? The only information was a type of cosmic surgery. I asked if I was getting a walk-in, and I heard yes. This lasted for about an hour. It was very intense, I do remember that. And not wanting to awaken my companion after it was over with, so I went and laid down in the dragon lair that is here on my property, and kind of took solace there, and the dragon was there, and I just fell asleep until morning, and woke up, and I was fine. So of course, once again, last night, or I should say early this morning, it started in again. I don't know what time it starts. I just remember waking up, feeling the intensity of the energy, and that was around 5:06 this morning. And I'll go ahead and read you what transpired. The same intense energy that vibrates across my shoulders and down my arms and fingers. The feeling of the top of my chest was hot, and I can only describe, as one would say, maybe super severe heartburn. The more I tensed up, the more painful it became, and so I was just telling myself to relax, breathe. Even though I could only take shallow breaths, I knew I would be okay. I knew that they were working on me, and I asked, well, if you're going to work on me, could you maybe do a little work on the injuries that I have sustained in my arms? And of course, I felt a pain or energy being directed to my left elbow, and so I knew that was being worked on. And then I said that, you know, at times a great calmness did come over me, and I actually could see myself standing to the side as another aspect, I guess you could say, was coming into me, and then it would leave, and then it would come back in again and would leave. And I thought, okay, so maybe this is part of my body being accustomed to the walk-in. And I asked, you know, I said, is this my walk-in? And I heard yes. And then I heard Christ consciousness. So, okay, so that kind of takes you aback. You're like, okay. And it was not long after that Mary Magdalene presented herself, and I merged with the aspect of Mary Magdalene. It was very soft, very gentle, just beautiful. And I wrote, the intensity of the energy lasted for an hour. I do remember that. And for the next following hour, it just slowly dissipated. I do remember because it was so intense that after those 2 hours or so, I did fall into a deep sleep. And once I did wake up, I started forgetting. You know how it is when you go through something very traumatic or difficult, you tend to forget, or it is taken from you, and that's okay with me. But I did want to write it down right away, because I knew right away this morning that they were going to urge me to make a video. I just knew that was coming as part of stepping forward, showing my vulnerability, and showing you who I really am, and how authentic I am, and how true I am. And this is just who I am and what's happening. And I'm not the only person. This is going on for many, many people. So let's see if there's anything else. Oh, I did make a note that this is the best thing of all that has happened to me, and that I want you to know that I haven't lost me. I haven't lost my personality. I'm still a goofy, quirky person. I have that personality. People that really know me personally, my humor, you don't lose any of that. That's who you are, your soul persona, if you want to call it. All I know is that I am growing into the best of me and the highest, fullest potential of me. And I just wanted to let you know that that's what's coming. That's where we are headed. The veil is being lifted. And I know this is, you know, could be a little touchy subject, but you know, I'm going to go ahead and say it. I've also noticed in my client sessions, my last several client sessions have had third eye activations by Horus himself personally. And right away, immediately, one layer of the veil lifted from the third eye with the spirit animal, my spirit animal Hawk, that comes into work. So there's a lot going on. Their divine source, the new energies coming in, they want you to see. They want you to know the truth and step into your highest, fullest potential. And we're here for you. So with that, I'm going to say have a beautiful weekend. I am going to put Akasha Annemarie's information in the description below. And also, if you are ever interested in getting to know me and working with me, my information is all down below. I would love to meet you, and have a beautiful weekend. Namaste, and see you soon. Bye-bye.